So right now we have Bitcoin breaking the wedge we've been speaking about for the last 3-4 days. It finally decided to break out in the last 24 hours. And we do have a decent move right now. We got Bitcoin going from 23K all the way to 24,000. We now have the nearby previous high, which is 24,600. This is where things get really interesting. Do we break this? Is this the move that gets us to 28K? Very important show today, guys. I'm going to be going through Bitcoin. I'm going to be going through all the altcoins that have moved. We have had some fantastic calls. Altcoins are still popping. We still got the whole popcorn effect with the random altcoins just popping at different times. We have ETH that recently in the last 2 hours has showed some tremendous amount of strength. So ETH chasing down the $1,800 zone as well. Do we break that? Do we finally get to the $2,000 zone? I then have the stock markets, where I do think a possible pullback is coming in the next few days. We will have a look. We got the very bullish scenario, the very bearish scenario as well. And is it time to take profits? Are we still going back down? You know, we got a lot to chat about in this show specific. And I am taking 1 or 2 spot trades as well on 1 or 2 altcoins that have not moved for me just yet. And they're breaking really, really long-term trends as well. So I'm going to be doing a spot account with you guys today, going through the week. What are we looking at of the week? What are we planning for the week? For short-term trades, investors, long-term, we're going to be going through all of it. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Are we feeling good? How are we feeling out there? Pop in the comments. Are we bullish? Are we bearish? Is this a bull trap? Is it a trap? Are we going down? What are we feeling, guys? Pop in the comments. As well as, guys, I've been coming back here, and you know, my new feeling again is getting the community involved a lot again. So if anyone is watching this after the live stream, please put in the comments below what tokens you want me to cover. It gives me a nice view based on what I can help you guys with every day. I want to know what you guys are trading. I want to know what you guys are in and out of the market. I want to help you and work on some charts with you guys throughout the whole process. So please don't be shy. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure you're following our Telegram call, which is Telegram group, which has been phenomenal. Tons of calls on there for you guys every single day. Make sure you have the newsletter as well, which is giving you tons of alpha every single day. So let's jump in. Let's have a look. Let's see what is happening right now. We got Bitcoin currently 24K. We do have quite a bit of a green shift. You know, I'm looking at the last month in the crypto market, and we've had some really big movers. We've had I'm looking at average. We got the random coins that are doing crazy movements, but on average, we got the altcoins doing at least 20, 30, 40% over the last month. We spoke about the ironic thing about it, like last week, that the market's been moving in a straight line, not in a straight line, but it's been definitely inclining to the upside. People still struggle to make money at times and these sort of things. And I think it's that point where, you know, people don't believe it the whole time. They don't believe it the whole time. And then eventually they're like, shit, like the market is going up and it's not stopping. You know what I mean? Now should I buy? And they basically trap you in that way. So as I said on Friday, it's very important to release of the past and let's go forward. If you're doing something wrong, change it now. Let's structure it and let's get moving. The market is going up. Let's take advantage of that. We got near that exploded. So well done to those guys. It is exploding more right now as we speak. Well done. Who took the near trade? Pop in the comments. Who took it? We had that on Friday. And now it's ripping. We can see, look at that. It literally just broke a very major resistance that I was looking at. And now we're on our way. There was our entries, 4.6. We hit the 4.6. There goes Near Protocol right now. And I think we're looking at the 5.7 as the next major resistance. I'll go through where I'm thinking Bitcoin can go next. And it all matters on if Bitcoin breaks the next major zone and we get this really big next move, it will sort of give us an indication of where we can see Near going next, where we can see a lot of the altcoins going next. But right now, it's broken, a key resistance, and the next one's 5.7. And then we got the big jump. This all matters on Bitcoin. 20, 26K, 27K, 28K. Do we get there? I still have the view of it that it has to happen quickly and it has to happen very soon. We got to see Bitcoin explode. We got to see it get to the major levels pretty soon, because I do think there's a correction coming for 2-3 weeks in the stock markets, and I think automatically that will be a correction for the crypto market as well. And I think on this next leg up, pushing up, I think we got to bank a good amount of profits. I think we then got to battle down a few days to a few weeks of downtime and then reloading again for the September move, because I still feel the end of September to end of October is when we have a better relief bounce than what we're seeing right now. Right now, we're seeing slow, gradual growth. We don't have crazy aggressiveness just yet. Reason being is people are still not confident. They still this and that and like these sort of things. But that stuff slowly changes over time, guys. So you must understand it will take a little bit of time through these stages. So for anyone that's on Near, don't be afraid to take, especially if it was, it all depended what you actually took the trade for. If you took it to make some short-term gains or medium-term gains, start banking some profits around the 5-7, anywhere in the $6 range. Take your profits. It is likely, if we do have the next bigger correction, that Neil will come all the way back down to your entries. So just be aware of that. If you're long term, I think you got really good entries. I think if it comes anywhere back there, don't be shy the next time. I think everyone was shy when Near was $3, $4. And now you know in the future, if it does come down to those zones as an investor, load up and just wait. That's the best way to do it with a lot of these tokens. I think we've learned that, guys. Any of these good tokens, good prices, next time they are there, like stop the noise in your head, dollar cost into them and just wait, because you can soon see how quickly it shifts and how quickly it turns to the other way. So let's quickly go through Bitcoin, and then we can go through the altcoins and what has moved and what we get into next. So we got the big resistance now, which is basically the previous high that we made. That's the next level that I sort of see us going from here. For now, we do have a confirmed breakout. And the way we basically track this now is we just got this major support trend. And for now, that is going to be the major support that we're just going to focus on as long as Bitcoin is in this uptrend, because we can see it's not a crazy parabolic uptrend, but Bitcoin is in an uptrend, still making those higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And ideally, what I'm looking at is this is where I want us to get before we have any decent correction again from the markets, because they will come at some point. They definitely will. Is I want to see, let's actually get to higher time frames. I want to see Bitcoin get to the first red block first. That's definitely my first way before we have any decent pullbacks is there. And what it's showing is we're running out of time for that to happen. So I'm actually really liking that we have literally, if you have a look here on the 12-hour, let me just zoom into this so you can see it. We literally had Bitcoin pull back in the matter of from the 29th. We literally had 9 days of pullback from Bitcoin, and it all just got absorbed in one candle. Like this thing literally sucked up all the hard work that they tried to pull it down. It literally got sucked up in 12 hours. So this is what we wanted to see. Like we wanted to finally see an engulfing that just removed the bears. All the bears' hard work in the last 10 days was literally removed in the last 12 hours. This is what we want to see. Now, what we want to see from here is the continuation of this. I want to see big ass green candles. This is what I want to see. And now's the time to do it. I want to see Bitcoin get to 28K. I'll accept 26 to 27 too. But that's what I want to see from here. I want to see the strong push up to this trend. I do think after this, we get rejection and we come back down to the early 20Ks. I really do. So I think, there is a few more trades and a few more spots that we can still get in to make some gains for the remainder of this move. But I think we are getting to a point when we do have this eruption and we're starting to get to these levels that we take the profits and we start taking back. And what I'm thinking then is from here, we basically shift into this movement of we shoot up here. I think we come back down. And I think here in this area of late September is when we look to have the relief again. It's showing the same thing for the stock markets, which I'll get into lately as well. But for now, we have a really good engulfing candle, and we have the last move of Bitcoin getting through the previous high. That's what we want to see next. And from that, I still don't see resistance here. I see no resistance here in these zones here. And this is when I expect us to have a strong acceleration to the upside. And then it's time for us to work as a community and bank the profits and work together and change what we've done previously. So for now, the range is quite big, but my only danger zone for Bitcoin is below 22,700. Like that's my danger zone where we break in this trend line. As soon as we break this trend line, guys, we are making decisions and we're learning from what we've done previously. But that's it. So any little tests that come to these trends, I'm got no problem with buying. Any sort of tests that happen, but until we've broken this trend, I'm bullish. That's just simplicity of it. I'm not listening to the news. I'm not listening to any of these things until we have that momentum break or something like that. So Bitcoin's looking good. Let's go through quickly the USDT dominance chart, and this is why I'm showing and I'm thinking that the acceleration is coming soon and it's coming really fast, and we actually need it to happen. Is we're about to lose the low. Remember this leg that I drew here for you guys to say that the clever guys are buying when this hits any resistances. And you can see now that once we drop this, and I said it last week, that once we drop this low over here, retail is coming back. Retail is coming back into the market, because from here, this is losing the last support here. And from there, we're looking at coming down to the next support, so this area over here, which is a big drop. You're looking at a 10, 15, 20% drop in USDT dominance. That's big. That gets Bitcoin to 28K. That gets the altcoins to some serious levels. So this is matching what we're thinking on the breakout of Bitcoin. And when we get that break, we're going to have this. People are getting out of USDT. This is just showing us, I basically want to call it the retail chart. That when we break these key levels, the smart guys were getting in here and the dumb money gets in here. And that's just the truth of it. That's exactly how it basically works. So this chart's matching up with that as well. Now, the one that we just got to pay attention on is the stock markets. I'm thinking, guys, if we have the CPI data and stuff on Wednesday, I don't know if it's going to be great, and maybe it does ruin some sort of momentum. And this is why I'm thinking the next 2 days are very important. Like, I want to see Bitcoin at 26K, like in the next 36 hours. Like, that's what we want to see. Like, we want to see this rip, because we don't want anything to ruin it. And the CPI might, it might finally just turn the trend for a little while. But I still have this play that I'm thinking the stock markets are going to do. The high wasn't put in for me just yet. I think the stock market's still go another 2% to the upside from here. And then you can see I do have a correction. And this correction is basically throughout the remainder of August. So I see more upside here. I see the crypto markets shooting up really strong. But then I do see about two weeks of downside. And as you can see, then September, slow ground up. And I see the breakout coming at the end of September, closer to elections, closer to these times. We've been speaking about early October being the possibilities of Bitcoin breaking this area. Let's see if I got the correct trend line here. Let's get this onto the daily. There we go. So we were speaking about us finally breaking this long-term downtrend in the regions of October. So that's sort of matching that little area there as well. And I just want to see the last thing, if there is anything else here that I wanted to show. Oh, we got the total dominance also breaking. So the total market cap's already breaking the high. So it's basically front-running Bitcoin. It's showing that the strength of the altcoins are doing a lot. Let's quickly see ETH dominance. That's also looking good as well. And before I jump into the altcoins, let's go look at the DXY. So this is important as well. So the DXY broke that trend. And now we came and basically retested, and we want the DXY to reject here. We really want that strong wave down as well. And that will just help us again to get the stock markets where it needs to be, to get Bitcoin where it needs to be as well. So we're always going to go on Monday. We're going to go through the macro reviews. We want to see that the week is fine. Once we got that understanding, then we can start making the next decisions and start going on to the next thing. So let's jump in. Let's have a look. We got a strong push from Ethereum. Good push. Like, it was a really good, look at that 12-hour candle. That's a good candle from Ethereum. And Ethereum's at that point now. This one's nice, guys. This momentum line is great. This is it. This is the line that, as long as we are on this line and we're holding this line, Ethereum's bullish. And what I do think is, I think we got, like it's showing here, another few days to the upside. I think ETH, I don't think it caps much more than 2K. 1.9 to 2K is where I see ETH probably topping out on this little push over here. And then I do think we are going to have that pullback down. And I do think ETH can come back to about 1.3, 1.4 in those zones. So we're going to have some nice, the guys have been trying to long and short the market on very short time frames. I think we should be longing and shorting on more 2, 3, 4 week holds. Like I really do. So I feel like when ETH gets to the higher levels and we lose the steam, I think we got a good 2, 3, 4 week short where you don't have to go crazy leverage or these sort of things, small leverage, but we hold it for 3, 4 weeks. We actually hold it for the remainder of August. And then we start looking at the longs again. So let's keep the swing moving better because it's working really well at this point. So keep this line in mind with ETH. It is cracking the very key resistances over here. And the next ones are here at 1.19. And the one after that's basically just over 2K. So our leading alt right now is still showing strength and still moving in a really nice direction to the upside. Solana, looking good. Solana's had a bit of trouble, obviously, with the hacks and all these little things. So it's not crazy bullish for me just yet. And I don't think it's actually going to have that crazy breakout until proven wrong on this over here. But Solana, I think, goes up to this area and possibly down. I think Solana might still be in a long accumulation just because of the FUD around it and these sort of things happening. We do obviously break that one. It does get really bullish. But for now, I'm buying Solana anywhere around $38. My protection zone's around 35. I don't really want to go to those levels at any point. And I'm not selling. I'll be thinking about the question when we get to 46 about taking a little bit off the table to see if we do break that or we don't. Use these stochastic RSIs, guys. The 12-hour and the daily are still making their way up. When they get to the top there and you see Solana's not breaking through that top area, take some profits. You can range buy it. You're selling at 46, you're buying at 38. Great accumulation, great way of building dollars and building the token as well. And this is like I've had a few questions from the guys. I want Solana as a long-term hold and these sort of things. This is one of the best strategies you can do for long-term holds on Solana. Is exactly that. Like you're still a long-term investor. You're just being smart. You're selling the top of the range. You're loading up there. Ideally, you're building more Solana, and that's a key strategy to still. Yes, look at Nia. Look at Nia, guys. I didn't even look at the comments. Who took Nia? Who's done well? Has anyone made money over the weekend? Please pop, please pop, please pop. I'm going to go through all of them for now. I will go through all the tokens you guys want me to go through. I'll go through them now. Did you guys hit Nia? Are you making money on it? Did you guys make some money over the weekend? Please pop in the comments. Show lots of love. Okay, so Nia I spoke about is good. So one that's bullish for me at this point is Phantom. So Phantom had the beautiful break and it had the beautiful retest here, and Phantom's on its way. So from here, if Bitcoin plays the yes, made money. Great. Nia got it. Well done. I'll go through DOT now. I know there's a lot of excitement. I'll go through it now, guys. So Phantom, this one's looking good. The next resistances are at 43, and the one after that's at 51. So Bitcoin, if it moves its way, it all depends now, because we do have one resistance at Bitcoin at 25,500 and 26. So if Bitcoin goes there, Phantom goes to 45, close to the 50. If Bitcoin goes to 28 or 30, then you got Phantom going to 60 cents. Then you got the higher levels. So remember, I'm going to be giving you guys the resistance targets, and it all matters on how far Bitcoin gets on this next push, because it can go to 26, 27 and then have the leg down. Ideally, we wanted to see go to 28 to the 30K zone. Then that would be sweet for us. So for me, all that I do with Phantom, if I got a Phantom bag, I'm not selling at all right now. I'm just putting a decent stop loss in play. I don't think 34 or so is my danger zone. So I'm just put my protection in, and I'm not selling. And the only time I'm buying more, if it comes to the near 36, 37 cents, is when I'm adding more to my bag. Other than that, I'm not selling. I'm just holding, putting my protection in place, and I'm leaving it to run because it's looking good. This is a great break, retest, and the next move to the upside. So Phantom's looking really good. Who got Curve, guys? Curve last week. Well done, guys. We had a good week last week. Had a really good week. And let's keep the momentum up. I'm going to make sure we take profits and we keep running these streaks well. So Curve for me, tested beautifully, broke out. I still got the 1.7 dollars as the next sort of resistance. And Curve's higher risk token for me, so I'm taking profits there. I'm taking there, and we do have the other possibility of 1.9. So you can either trail with the stop loss going up as it starts to move. Everyone's got positive vibes. We're feeling better, guys. We get through our stuff, but we're doing good. We're doing really good. So Curve is also showing strength. I won't be buying unless it's the 136s again. I'll go through these pretty quick. One for me is Waves. It is one more that I could be adding at higher risk, so not crazy percentages, but I'll be adding a little bit to my Waves bag now. Definitely only in the areas between 6.1 and 6.3 is where I'll be adding a bit more. And I'm taking TPs around 7.2, 7.3. I'm not going any more than that. Just a quick move on that one. And protections are probably around 5.8 in that zone. So it's bigger protections, but this one's still earlier than the rest. So the only things that I'm buying right now is something that's earlier than the rest. The rest have already moved. So don't go buy the stuff that's already pumped. Let's find things that haven't just moved just yet and are showing some good strength. So Waves, smaller part, higher risk, not crazy amounts of money, but make some. That's probably good if you wanted to make like a couple $100 for the week, or you wanted to make some spending money, or these sort of things. That's sort of what I'd use the trade for. Cardano is in this uprising wedge, and it did just tip a sort of heavy resistance for me. Ideally, Cardano turns really bullish when it breaks above 57. I think it has tons of resistance in this area over here, but I think if Bitcoin does break through it, I do think we are going to have that shift. And ideally, I'm looking at Cardano still make its way to the early 60 cents until I'm making any really big decisions, even on my larger bags as well. The only time I'm buying Cardano is on the early 50 cents is the only time. So if you look over here, I do have one position that I've opened on Cardano. It was around 50, 53. 53 is where I got it at. And I'm just holding this, and I'm just taking profits at around 60 cents. This is just to make some extra cash, make some flow. So I got this one in right now. Guys, we're getting really, really ready to launch back into the live trading again. I'm excited. That's coming. We got an announcement tomorrow. I think tomorrow we actually start. So I got Mama Sniper that will help me on that just now, and we'll announce that because I want to get going with the trading again. I'm feeling good. I feel like that we're ready now when we got way more better structure in play. So Cardano is good. For the guys that got Render, well done. Render we bought there. We're currently 10-12% to the upside. I think Render goes to 90 cents, and I'm banking some decent profits in that area over there. Because the big question is, we got dominance that's been creeping down for quite a while now. And even if Bitcoin goes to 28K, like, I'm sure dominance is going to go up with Bitcoin. I really think it's going to go up. I do agree. Bottom isn't in yet. Someone said, yeah, bottom isn't in yet, but I agree. This is why I'm working on a take profit strategy. Do you see what I'm saying now? On this push up, I'm looking to take profits. Like, I agree with you. The bottom may not be in just yet. The only thing is now, why would Bitcoin stop in the middle of nowhere? Like, stopping at a key resistance or a key level makes sense. So I'm putting my structures and my protection in place, but trade what the chart is showing you and protect and have for either option the way it goes. I agree. There could be another, and that's why we're going to look at profits on this way up. We're definitely taking profits. So Render, good strength here. It may be that if we do close out this, you can see this little bull flag we're forming. Get used to the bull flags, guys. You're going to see them lots in a raging bull market. Tons of these flags. If we do close outside there, maybe a small scalp. Definitely a small scalp, but I wouldn't be buying any more Render unless it's in these areas. But I'll only be looking to sell around the 90 cent zone. Let's go through them. So this one, Uni, is probably one of the last ones that I'll be adding now to my spot bag. The rest are gone, in my opinion. So if I'm adding anything, we got the buys here last week. I'd be putting one more, and this one I would be definitely having a stop loss on. But this is the only zones it's one of the only tokens I'd still be adding to a bag right now for the last little push up. I do see this as the last little leg push up, guys. All this gains we've made, I think there's one more leg. And I think after this leg, we're going to have a bit of bearishness for a while. So prep for it and just be prepared for it. But I'm looking at Uni anywhere between $9 to $9.10 is where I'm adding some more to a Uni bag. I'm protecting myself at $8.60 over there. So you're running at a 4-5% risk. And I'm looking at Uni make its way to this area over here, which is ideally around the 11 to the 1170 sort of zone. So there's a nice 25% that I'm prepping for. I'm risking 5 for 25%. So risk to reward ratio is 1 to 5. On uni, I will definitely put a stop loss on this one. Very important to put a stop loss under the previous low. So that's one of the ones that are still looking good. Our FTT trade from last week, fantastic. We are up now 8-9%. Any FTT holders? It's not moving the way I wanted to. So I'm taking a little bit of early profits on this one, around 33, 34. I'm just taking my money. There's other ones that are showing a bit more aggressiveness. And I don't feel that this is a good stage to invest as a long-term holder. I think it will be cheaper. I think we'll get it a lot cheaper. AVAX ripping. There's our entries. Boom. So this is our entries last week. 36% up. Who got it? From our entries last week on AVAX, 36% up. Come on. We've done well, guys. So AVAX from here, I see it going to around $35, and that's where I'm TPing on AVAX, taking a good amount on AVAX, definitely. Now, let's speak about DOT. Everyone's speaking about DOT because I know you guys got it. I know you got it last week, and I'm very proud of you guys for getting it. So DOT was one of the ones that was the later break. It retested beautifully into our zone, and now we're on and off to the races. So the guys should be up around 22, 23%. So the way you want to track DOT now, guys, is you got to look at a TP strategy. As long as Bitcoin's going up, take profits, guys. If you don't take profits on this run up, you're going to repeat it again. You're going to be very pissed off with yourself. Take profits. So the way you do that now is you take your horizontal line here and you start laddering out. As this bad boy starts ripping up and it starts making its way up, you start laddering out. The first one is here, $9.50. That's the first one, taking some profits. The next one, $9.90. The next one, $10.40. And I'd probably go to the highest of around $11. That's my exit zone here. Exit, 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 exit. Cool. And we'll get it back on this trend line. Guys, the further away we get from, this is the current momentum we're running on DOT. And it always comes back. The further we go away from this line over here, we always come back at some point. So even though it's moving here, at some point it's going to come back. And then we can go again after that. So be aware of that. So ladder out, ladder, 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 and we'll catch some more on this next one over here. So well done to the guys that got DOT. Just take profits. And if you, think about it. A lot of the guys are like, oh, but we don't want to really get out the market and these sort of things. Okay, cool. Take profits into Bitcoin. Take profits into you know what I mean? Take profits into other coins that are stronger and all of that, and take some into USDC or USDT or any of these sort of things. Definitely important. I see Matic. Matic had a little wake up today. Matic's it's looking pretty good. We got our buys last week, which was fantastic. And it's still getting to that $1 key zone, the $1 very, very key zone that we want to see Matic get through. I think Matic tops out. It's fighting this hard resistance here. And it just shows that it's there, but it's losing a little bit of steam in that sort of view. Now, the only times I'm buying Matic is back basically the early 80 cents to the 70 cents, the only time I'm adding to my bags. But the ones that I'm holding at right now, I will do a little bit of TPs around $1 again. And I think it taps out about $1.10, $1.16. I think that's where we tap out. I really think, and then I think a decent pullback, and then we can go for the 1.3s and the next sort of higher targets. So work on an exit strategy and taking some profits on Matic on the way up. And the question is, like, a lot of guys there's also investors here, right? I want to buy something, not sell for the next 2 years or 3 years. I'll ask you the same question again. If Matic comes down to 80 cents or 75 cents, is your entry better than that? If it's better than that, then you don't need to worry about exiting any of your bags. If it's not better than that, take some TPs and get it at a cheaper rate than what you got it. One entry means everything. So focus on that. Be realistic that a pullback can happen at any point. And is your entry better than where it can pull back? We then have Thorchain. Thorchain breaking out beautifully. It's actually broken out another wedge. It's got one more key resistance. So for me, there is some short-term TPs I would take at $3, definitely, anywhere in the zone. And then what I'm looking at next is there's not crazy amounts of growth left on Thorchain because it's done really well. But probably this area over here is where I really see a key zone of me exiting some of my bags, taking some profits into Bitcoin, taking some into USDT. Is around $3.3 to $3.4. So it's still good. It's still another 20% up gainers from here. And keep this momentum trend as your sort of warning signal at any point. Remember, the market's moving up right now. So you're going to set the lines on where you think it's going to go and like an exit strategy. And then you got your emergency exit strategy that we lose that momentum at any point, take your profits. Like that's it. and all of that. And that's probably showing us around $2.70 anywhere in those sort of zones. And then we can see ThorChain after the bigger pullback come back down to early $2. So as an investor, you ask yourself the question again, do I have a better entry than that? If I got a better entry than that, then cool. But if not, take some profits. You know, it's a very powerful strategy to be using. So we got that. We had Chainlink. Boom. We spoke about it. How's our entry? Pop up in the box beautifully. And you are currently sitting $30 in profit in 6 days. Well done. Fantastic. Great. So Chainlink's waking up. Finally, it's waking up. So Chainlink's got a very, very, very important resistance. There's not much where we are right now. So I see this current move that we're up here. I wouldn't buy, definitely not buy. But the guys that did buy, I'm looking at $9.30 is where I'm taking some TPs, definitely. And then we got one at around $10. But this one, I think, is going to be quite hard for it to crack. Maybe we do, but I'm taking a decent amount of profits in the area of $9. I'm definitely taking some profits. The only time I'm buying Chainlink again is if we come back down to the $7 in that area over there. So for now, focus on the part of your bags that are in the market more than where can I buy more. I'll give you one or two more that I'm buying today personally. But other than that, focus on what's in the market. Don't focus about your USDT right now. It's not time to focus on that. Focus about what you got. So $9 anywhere in that zone. And then we do have one more $10. So about tomorrow, I'll update you guys on it and we'll see where we're at. But I'll definitely take some TPs over here. It's not out of the massive range just yet, but it is nice to see it moving. Mama Sniper is going to be happy. I'll actually... before I go back on that, I'll actually bring Mama Sniper in when we talk about theta and she can go through what she's thinking about it. We had Tezos finally break out. So Tezos, there's one more resistance at $2. And then I think it's going to around 2.2, 2.4. Big TP zones for me over there. I won't be buying unless it's 1.6 anywhere there. But I'm letting that one ride. And I got stop losses probably under this area of here. I don't want us to come back in. So around 1.8 in those sort of areas. Our gaming tokens doing pretty good. There's Decentraland doing really well as well. So you can see everything. I'd probably say 20, 25% on a lot of these altcoins to the upside, and it's big TP stage. Big TP points, definitely. Start taking some profits. Now, the one that I'm looking to buy, and I'm going to buy right now, I will be putting some stop losses as well. So remember, guys, if you are trading, fun, this is educational purposes only. We have many different accounts and different exchanges that we use. We've got BYBIT, BitGet, KuCoin. These ones I'm going to be using leverage. I trade leverage on these. I'm going to be doing my live trade shows on this. So when I'm doing them, you need to choose which one you really like. Look to sign up on our accounts. It does get you discounts, get you sign up deposit bonuses on them as well. It does support the channel financially as well. But we've got BYBIT up to $4,200. We've got BitGet up to $8,000 and 15% discounts on trading fees. As a leverage trader, you know what trading fees build up to. The KuCoin as well. And then we got the Binance. Now, Binance they've now sponsored me for the spot trading, and I'm going to be trading. I love Binance. Like, Binance is my favorite spot trading account. So I'm going to be running a 20K spot account here with you guys for the next few weeks and next 4 months. So ideally what I'm doing is I'm doing short-term trading, leverage and stuff with you guys. That's cool. But I also want to trade spot accounts, and I also want to trade long-term accounts with you guys as well. So the one that I'm buying is DYDX. This is one I'm buying right now. Now, this is one that is not a leverage trade. Definitely not a leverage trade because it's just volatile. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can hurt you. But as a spot trade, look at this. So DYDX for me is one of the very much undervalued ones right now. Everything else is erupted and done really well. OP. Okay, cool. So if you have a look here on DYDX, this one has it's breaking resistance daily right now. So for me, this is one of the undervalued and ones that if I'm adding bags now, I'm adding to this. And I'm looking at around $3.3 to $4 as my TPs. So that's huge. We're at 2.4 now. So that's a nice 50% move that I'm looking at from DYDX. So I'm going to actually, while I'm here, I'm definitely going to be loading up and just be going in the region of probably looking. I got a 20K bag here. So I'll be going in about 10K in this one because there's not really much else that I am 10K, so around about 52% of it here. There's not really else that's really screaming buys for me right now other than this. So I've just bought 4,200 DYDX. I think this is one of the ones that are really good right now. I think it's really undervalued in that sort of sense. I will be putting a stop loss though, guys. Very important for me because I don't want it to come back in. and it is a bigger stop loss. It is a stop loss that's basically sitting around 2.25. So it is like an 8-9% stop loss, but my gains are 5 to 70%. So it is a 1 to 7 risk to reward ratio. But DYDX is one of the cheaper ones for me, and I think the ones that are that's good. So DYDX is one of them. I see we had Ape Token, which is doing pretty well. No buys for me just yet. Atom, look at the market, guys. They're doing really, really, really amazing things. Wi-Fi. So, guys, when I was trading Wi-Fi, I was trading this a few weeks ago, actually. And I was in this point of like, getting in and out of the market, right? And this is where I was buying Wi-Fi here. I was trading it in and out, in and out, in and out. And I did pretty well. I made some gains, but it's like, look at this thing. Like, if I just kept in those trades and some of my leverage trades and margin trades, like, I would literally be like 130% up. Like, I literally would have made a shit ton of money. Like, I would have made way more than me trying to get in and out, in and out, in and out as well. So, like, let's be very cautious on this next move up and this next move down. Like, let's stop trying to get in and out too much. Like, let's hold things for 2-3 weeks. I think that's the ideal strategy right now, because the market moves in one direction for a few weeks, moves in the other. And this would have been a way better trade for me than getting in and out. Like, way, way, way better. And it was even the fake Wi-Fi as well. Like, this one I was just having some fun on, and this one as well, I was in at $900, and I was in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And other thing's 1,800. Like, if I held that thing just all the way through, like, I would have weighed so much more than trying to get in and out of the market. So just be aware of that, guys. Let's get Mama Sniper involved here. What's up? What's happening?
Hello.
Will you please speak about your theta? There are tons of people that
I
are
had
in your
FOMO on the
theta.
weekend. I had so many functions and things to do that I wasn't trading, and I was still watching the trades. I had FOMO on the weekend, but it was actually very exciting because I've still obviously got spot holds and spot trades that we took last week, which are doing well.
Nia Protocol. Call of the month. We got it. Look at that.
That was a good call.
Boom. Woo! Okay, go through your.
Hello,
your
everybody.
What's up, Mom? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm good. Always good. It's a great day today.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it is a good day.
Okay.
Cool. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I mean, sure, we've been waiting for this on Theta for quite a while. All the other coins were popping, and Theta was doing this whole sideways farming over here. So we eventually, I mean, we discussed last week on Friday on the show. I mean, Theta was busy breaking out of this resistance area over here, and we wanted to see that it comes back down and retests and actually stays above it, which it did do. So my chart has obviously changed because I like to relook at the analysis every single morning, because it gives me a chance to see something different, every day. So if I keep on using my old lines, I have my mindset in the same mindset. So the charts give you a new opportunity every single day when you look at it. So this was the resistance area over here for me, and this is what it was breaking last week when we discussed, and it was coming back down, and it came back down and tested beautifully. So if anybody was on the show with us, I hope they were watching and they actually bought on the retest when it came back down to test the breakout. And it's popped since then. So now what I'm seeing is, I mean, we know it's currently sitting at this resistance area over here, but we know that there's a bigger resistance sitting at $2.14. And if Bitcoin plays its game and carries on with its upwards trend at the moment, I'm very sure Theta is going to reach there. So for me, I'm busy monitoring this channel. So now I've got a new channel. So Theta was in a sideways channel. That's what we call the sideways channel. Now it's in the channel moving on an upwards direction. And I do think it's going to come back down to retest this area over here at about $1.45. And that is where I want to get back in. Is Theta going to come back up to try push up here first? It's definitely a possibility before it comes back down. But I do see Theta is going to try and reach its higher targets by moving like that, obviously on a higher time frame. And we're looking at a 4-hour time frame here at the moment. If anybody wants to know if they should get in now or not, obviously Theta's had a big run, and it will have a little bit of a retracement. And these are the two areas here that I'm looking at getting back in. But if you want to take a shorter term trade, I mean, it's easy just to go to your 15-minute charts. Let's just go here. Well, let's go to the 5 minutes, and then you've got a nice trend forming over there. You can just draw your trend lines. We don't just go and buy now. because if it is going to slowly make its way down, this is obviously what it's going to do, all the way down until we reach our targets. Unless it's going to come out of here, break. Just be careful with theta. It loves to do fake outs. It likes to come out and come back under. So wait for it to close above there. And for a short-term trade, you could obviously take a theta. But theta's slowed down now. You can see it. It had a huge push in the last couple of days. And it's slowly slowing down. One thing also, if people are in trades and they're not sure when to get out, let's go back to the 4 hour over here. Oopsie. Let's go back there. So all you need to do, there's a nice trend line here that you can draw. Just draw your support. So basically it's formed a nice support. You can see it's bounced. It started over here. It bounced once. It's bounced twice. And it's still staying above there. So if you're still in a trade and you're not too sure, obviously on a higher time frame, if we break below this trend line over here, then I would say sell your bags, because you're going to be able to buy back in down in the early 140s. If you're in like a leverage trade and you don't want to obviously lose out on that, then just go to the shorter time frame and you'll see there is another trend line you can draw on a shorter time frame. So it all depends on what time frame you are trading on. For the guys that are in spot and looking for a longer term hold, then use the longer term trend lines. But if you're in a leverage and you don't want to obviously lose that percentage, because that's percentage, then draw the shorter term over here. And if theta does start breaking below here, then you can obviously look at the lower entries, possibly down here for a retest to come and enter. That's what I'm doing. Obviously, it's no financial advice. It's what I'm doing on my trading. Amazing.
And I think that's great. I think showing them, when you want to take profit, like jump to smaller time frames and track that all up. It all depends on your time frames that you're trading on. It all depends how much time you have in the day and all these sort of things.
And how long do you want to be a day trader? Do you want to be a weekly trader? So it all depends. There's trend lines on every single time frame. So it all depends on.
If it breaks the one trend line, it's going to the next one.
It's going to the next one.
It's going to the next one.
Going to the next one. That's it. So it's purely that. Because everyone's always asking us on, take profit strategies. So I think it's quite a good conversation to have around that. And look, the ultimate take profit strategy is just if you're in profit and you've set your target, don't be greedy. Just take your profits before somebody else takes it from you, because the market.
Guys, let's do it different this time. Like I'm telling you, at some point we're gonna have a bit of redness again. Like let's be the guys that took profits. Like let's be the guys that banked money. Let's be the guys that have dry powder. When we see that day and it's like 50% down, and you see my face on the thumbnail, buying opportunity. When you see those sort of things, let's be the community that has money. Let's be the guys that have dry powder. Like let's do it differently this time. And let's do it.
Yeah, because like for instance, the guys that are trading on a 5-minute chart, there was already a trend line that could have been drawn there, exactly like that on the 5-minute. Theta went up. You would have already seen theta slowing down once it broke this trend line over here. So now we actually, I'm drilling down now into the smaller time frames. You would have seen it broke out there. That's where you would have taken profits.
Yeah, very small time frame. Yeah.
It comes back up to test. It's come back up for another test, been rejected again. Now it's not making a higher high. So now this is like, okay, so there, and it will probably until it breaks out of there. So, if anybody was uncomfortable and you're in profits now, just take the profits. There will always be another entry. Sometimes people are like, I took profits too soon and I could have made more. Don't worry about that. As long as you've made profits and you've cashed the profits. Because your account can be looking green, but if you haven't sold, you haven't made those profits until you've sold. So always remember that. Once you've sold, pat yourself on the back. Great, you've taken profits. There'll always be another entry. The market doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes up.
Well, why do you think people don't take profits? Why do you think so? Because they don't want to miss the opportunity of it going up more, right?
We've all been guilty of that. I've been guilty of that. No, it's going to go up more, but it's a hopium. They call it hopium. You're in such a great mood and energy because it's going up, and you just want more of it, and it's going to go up. And we're always at the end of the day, I should have taken my profits. And we've all made that mistake. So if we can just say anything exactly like Sheldon showed earlier, even if you don't want to take 100% profit, just ladder out, take something. If it's pumping, take something off the table, take some profits, and then at least
and
you
split
get
it. Split it.
yeah.
Like the reason why I was asking that question is like because in case it goes up more. Okay, cool. But
We all
then
do
get into the safest asset then as well. Like for me, it's like when this market's going up now and these things are pumping like this. Let's take 33. But what did we say? What's our new strategy, Mom? What's our new strategy? When we're
it's
up, we
30
take 33% into USDT. We take 33% into Bitcoin, and we
into
take
stock,
30 into to Bitcoin, and then we take 33 into our the coins that we are accumulating for the next year, the long-term portfolio. So we split it 3 ways. So you're keeping some in the market in case it goes up more. We're stocking up some dollars. So if in case there's any massive dumps, we have gunpowder. You're going to see me going from now forward, guys. If I see Bitcoin at 19K again or 17K again, you're going to see me smiling because I'm going to have money this time. I'm going to have money ready to buy that shit if it goes cheaper at any point. So working on it really hard.
No, we've all learned our lessons, and I think that the taking profit is probably one of the hardest lessons that people have to learn, because you've got to be disciplined. And it's exactly that. Sit and when you work out a trade, what is your plan? What do you want? Draw your trend lines. Sheldon shows you the trend lines. We show you the trend lines. Where are the targets? Where are the resistances? You've got a 50-50, probably a 70-30 chance that it's going to be rejected at that resistance area. So take profits. If it breaks through it, it will come back down and retest it. You can get back up. But at least you've taken your profits. And whatever your plan is for that trade, just stick with it. Even if it goes more, doesn't matter. You'll get another trade. But guess what? You're walking away with profits. Don't be greedy, and don't get the gambling mentality. This can be something that can benefit you, and not obviously become something that's where you land up losing money. So I think just stick to your rules. Create your rules, stick to your rules. We've given a lot of rules, and that's it. And the trend line is definitely showing us where we're headed and where we're going. So
Okay, cool.
so that's it.
Cool. Thanks, Mama Sapa. I know tomorrow we'll do some more BitGet giveaways and all these sort of things. I think we've done a lot. We've gone through a lot. So I think tomorrow let's jump back in. I'm taking some live trades on CoinPanel. I'm taking a whole bunch of things tomorrow. So I think it's going to be a really big show with everything, and just showing you guys all the tools that we have.
Yeah, the guys must also just get the money ready on BYBIT and BitGet. That's our leveraging platforms that we're using. Get your money ready, because where there's a lot of trades coming up, and we've got a lot of plans going ahead to make the whole process of the live trading easier. So just get it ready and be ready for us.
Yeah, anyone that is opening accounts, the BYBIT tutorial's out already. Go watch the BYBIT tutorial, and the BitGet one's launching, and all of them are launching. But cool. I think that was a fantastic show. Hit that love button, that like button. Comment below what coins you want me to cover tomorrow. So comment. And guys, come. Let's change things. If the market goes red, let's have gunpowder. If it goes up more, let's be in. Let's just do fantastic things we've never done before. And remember, for me, the important part here is retail. If we drop this today, retail's coming in. And when retail comes in, we drop this low here, it's close. Retail, your auntie is going to be telling us about Bitcoin again. Everyone's going to be telling us about Bitcoin again. And that's when we know, take your damn profits. So guys, have a fantastic day. I'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be going through your tokens, going through everything. Until then, well done to everyone. I'm proud of all of you. And we'll see you all on the next show. Mom, love you lots.
Well done. Love you too.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way.